Matthew 7:14. Narrow is the gate, difficult is the way. There are few who find it. Good morning, carnivores. Carnivore Corby coming at you from the great Buckeye State. Had a great weekend. I hope y'all did too. I decided to make another video of my last video that I didn't turn out real well. I don't really want to edit a bunch of videos, but some of them I look back and think I can do better. So, starting the morning off with a little hour and a half of watering my raised beds. That's with a garden hose going full blast. It still takes a while. But I enjoy it. It's a great, easy way to work into the morning. Listen to the birds, sit in the sunshine. I'll do another video on the garden bench. That's going to be another segment, the garden bench. So let's get this started. Try to just be able to adjust the camera up and down. Remember, we're going to do 3 of each, right in a row. Oh boy. That first set is a doozy. All right, take a break and I'll hit another set 2. Yeah, let's see how the old table works here. Woo. It's hard on the old toes. Woo! So, wow, 3 sets in a row, that'll get you pumped. That's the way to do it, I think. It's just taking a break. It's gonna chime in here on, I played music in one of my last videos. In the background, you can barely hear it. But good old YouTube booted me off. Copyright and all that. Well, I don't know how to do all that yet. Maybe you guys could put it in the comments, let me know. So I get a little more educated here. But I like playing the music, but it boots me off. One time I played video was AC/DC, and it didn't boot me off. Now it blocked me from good old Russia and Belarus. Those countries are getting their asses kicked right now. But anyways, my other video I had Bon Jovi and all my 80s music, and it booted me off, blocked me, whatever you want to say. So I just got to do this out here with the birds cheering me on. So let's see, I got next. Give me a second here. Okay, here we go, my favorite ones. Still my most unfavorite ones to do, but I'm getting better. I didn't burn quite as much. Tell I had a little dairy this weekend. Had some carnivore ice cream, and you know, that stuff. We talk about it. Dairy does cause mucus buildup and whatever you want to call it. And it does affect your sinuses and all that. And so, if you do any research, you'll find that out. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because we pasteurize it, or the Amish and the raw milk and stuff like that, which I haven't been able to find it yet. I actually have neighbors that I need to talk to, but you can't find it because the good old FDA ain't gonna prove it. And I'm not gonna go off on a tangent there either. That's the way it is. Oh. Well, that wasn't too bad. Let's see if I can get another set. If you can, I'm trying to move this so you can see me doing the whole setup. Oh, looky there. My old feathered friends that laid me breakfast. Good morning, ladies. Yeah. Don't spill the cup. Don't break the cup. Holy Toledo. That's 3 sets in a row. That's what I'm going to do them from now on. get a pump and a half this way. I'm going to do 3 sets in a row for the next week or 2. Then I'm going to try to bump up to 4 sets of everything. So give me a second here and we'll get 3 more. Or we'll get 1 more set in. What's up, TJ? Well, I guess he ain't gonna talk to me this morning. Okay, last set. Come on, TJ, talk to me, buddy. Come on. I had to cheat a little, but I got him. Oh my. Ay, ay, ay. I'm glad I'm done with them. Okay. I warm up the old shoulders. You know, do the little weights. That way you avoid injury. Just warm them up, that's all I'm doing. Get the bones moving, get the cartilage all moving. Get the blood flowing. I had an old boy from my shop that's been there forever and a day. He is out mowing his yard. Atta boy! Wake him up! And he slipped on a sewer grate in his ditch. He fell and broke his shoulder, collarbone, something like that. Yeah. Oh, sure, now I ain't got the camera on you. Anyways, he I asked a guy that works with him, he said, yeah, he's coming back at the end of August. And I'm like, really? I said, I figured he'd retire. He's got to be old enough to retire, I'm sure. 74 years old. I give it to him. I get it. Keep working, keep motivated, keep a purpose. That's what keeps you active. That's what keeps you young as you can be. That's why I'm doing these now. I'm not going to wait till I'm 60-year-old to start working out. I got back into it. I used to do it up in about my mid-30s. Then I got into some other activities of sitting at a bar. Then I know, TJ. So, well, let's do these. Let's warm up the old arm tendons right here. Those can get a little warm them up first before I do my. But anyways, he's gonna come back and go to work. So my hat's off to old Rod. I'm hoping that I'm gonna be able to retire at a healthy enough age so that I can do some traveling. And my in-laws back in the day took us down to Tennessee when I was a youngster. I mean, in my 40s. We went down there a few times, and I wasn't a big fan of it right at the beginning. But after he took me on a hike to Mount LeConte, Tennessee, I was hooked. Loved it. That's another reason that I'm doing these. That's why I'm doing my squats, I'm doing my sprints. Because I want to be, hopefully here, we're going to make a trip there. We're either going to make a trip there or we're going to make a trip out to Maine. But I'm hoping that we're going to have enough cash saved up to do that. And then hopefully we can do some hiking in the mountains. So okay, give me a break here. Okay, I'm gonna warm up the shoulders one more time. Got a little tweak back here and I don't want to push it. Yeah, Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We did a little bit of tourist trap stuff. It was fun, great time. Went to Dollywood. That's a good time. I don't remember the name of the rodeo thing that we went to. They serve you a meal. And they do a rodeo thing right in front of you. That's pretty cool. I got some knucklehead trying to call me. Spam call. But my joy was the hiking. Tennessee is beautiful. Up in the mountains, I don't know, we'll see. One of those type, that you kind of want to, it's nice to visit, but I don't know if I'd want to drive through the traffic in the mountains all the time. And I wouldn't want to ruin it, living there you might get bored of it, tired of it. That'd be sad. But we'll see. Lord willing, I'll be able to retire early enough. I've been watching a few videos about retirement, and the guy does the math. They haven't had that in a long time. The guy does the math of early retirement, 57, 62 and excuse me, up. Sorry. Good old dairy. So, yeah, he does the math. So, if your life expectancy is, 70 or 80, whatever it is, by your family history and all that, you do a little test there and it kind of gives you a ballpark. Only the good Lord knows. But anyways, he does the math on it. And I get it, because I'm one of them that, I know 62, you make so much money, 63, you make, $200 more a month and blah, blah, blah. And it's quite a bit more from like 62 to 67, because this old boy was born in 68, so that means I have to work till I think I'm 70 to get my 100%, which is BS to me, because I've worked ever since I've been 15 years old. Now, did I put in the taxes back when I was push mowing yards? No. But shortly after that, I worked at actually where I get my meat at, my cheaper steaks, I call it. I worked there for a year or two. So yeah, they collected taxes then. And it used to be that, oh no, 20 minutes, sorry. That however many years you've worked from whenever you started, for me it was 15, 16. And then the amount of years and money that you put into the system. Not about your best 3 years. That whole deal about that's all BS. And I'm going to call it, because that ain't the way Social Security used to be. It used to be on how many years and how much money you put in. Not about your best 3 years of income. But they just keep rolling more and more at us. And if you're not old enough to remember stuff, then you'd be like, oh, okay, and you'll take it, So, whatever, I ain't going to get into that. Let's get the exercises in. Breathe. I gotta go get some water. I'll be right back. I gotta go get some more water. It's supposed to be cool this week. Some even into the high 70s, but 80s to high 70s. So that'll be nice. All right, let's get one more set my shoulders, and then I'll do the biceps. So if you got dumbbells there in your old house, grab some and do your workout with me. I can remember back in the day, back in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, it was all about working out. I mean, everybody had their own show. Denise, I can't think of her last name, aerobics girl. I can't think of all of them now. Oh yeah, it was a fitness craze back then. I can't even think. I might have to go back and I'll put the names at the top. Anyways, I mean, you could turn on about every other channel and it was half an hour aerobics and working out and all that stuff. All right. So I'm going to say this again. I'm going to say it in a few of my videos. Get on YouTube and look up Fat Fiction Documentary. It'll explain the last 50 years. Commercials, black and white, everything. It's really good. Let's do one more set. Jenny Craig, I can't remember. Whew. Okay, now that my legs can handle it. I got a little burnt last week. I forgot to do these a week before. And my legs were sore for about 3 days, which I had an issue with commercial bone broth that has the commercial stuff is made with celery, parsley, carrots, garlic, all sorts of stuff. And you're thinking, well, it says bone broth, but it was cooked with enough vegetables that I'm going to tell you what, you might as well drink a V8. And for a carnivore, that didn't go over well at all. It took about a week for my system to get back to normal. Back to normal, what I mean is I can go 3, 4, 5 days. The meat stays in you. Oh, that 22 feet of intestine is doing what it's supposed to do. That's why God put it in us. Once again, you don't need fiber. If you were meant to poop every hour on the hour, you'd put a stomach and right to the back door. Straight shot, right? But instead he put all this wrapped around in us, 22 feet of intestine for a reason. And I'm telling you, I didn't say it in my one video, but I stay warm all the time now. Even in the summer, it doesn't even, I thought I might overheat, but I don't. And us carnivores call it a surface chill. You can feel my arm, and I'll be chilly, like sitting in the air conditioning. But my core, I'm warm all the time. I don't get that shivery old man, it's cold in here, darling. I don't get that. I love it. I used to be like that. I get out of a smoking hot shower, be red. And if it's cold in the room or, in the winter, whatever, I'd be shaking. I can go out and sit in my deer stand with very little clothes on. Not like, Carhartts and from top to bottom with head muffs and, like you're in the Arctic. I don't have all that on, and I stay warm. That's another benefit of carnivore. I do believe, because I heard it from a good friend of mine up there, Kenny. His doctor back in the day told him to make sure you keep food in your system. And that was back when we were doing the Juice Man diet. That was back when that was popular for about, 5 years. I bought the juicer, did the whole shebang. But we were doing green smoothies then. Oh yeah, you want to talk about eat and have it right through you? That's what it does. But his doctor told him you need to keep the food in your system to stay strong. You didn't hear that a lot. Everybody was doing juicing and, vegan, vegetarian, all that. I did it all too. I listened to everything that they told us. And I make sure that I double check both sides. I listen to both sides. I listen to CNN and I listen to Fox. But I also listen to a offline channel that gives a little bit more of the news, not their prerogative on it. Because whether you're left or right, I'm not going to get into politics, but I keep an eye on both sides to see if they've changed any. You know, is this side sticking up a little bit than this side? Are they reporting the news? Are they reporting the news? CBS, NBC, and ABC. We just had a presidential speech. First time in history that the news agency did not report it. I don't care if you love or hate the guy. You're the news. That's your job. You should be reporting it. But that's just more evidence to this old boy that, you see what I mean? They're not going to give you the truth. So keep believing, keep watching those channels and see what happens. So I'm done. I get my weights here. Get me fired up. Hell, let's get one more set. One for Mama, one for Papa, one for the Gipper. I'm gonna bring you back here in this. They're gonna go. Let's go 35 minutes on this one. I want to make some burgers that I made in my last video that I deleted. Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna get one more set of curls in, and then I'm gonna go in and show you how I'm making some of my new burgers. I'll be right back. Richard Simmons and Jane Fonda. That was some of the names I was trying to think of. All right, so I don't know if you've probably seen this little pill carrier, whatever you call these things, in the background. This little doohickey thing right here. But I told you before that I only take a baby aspirin. No high blood pressure medicine. No. I've been blessed, but if you go carnivore, you can get off your medicine. I mean, if you haven't seen carnivore and some of the things that people have been cured of, then you're not on YouTube much. Or you're living under a rock. Anyways, I put in my beef organs. I like these way better than my Dr. Berg B vitamins, multivitamin that he has. It was good, but you definitely can tell the difference between real and synthetic. So hang on. I do take a Dr. Berg probiotic. I only do it once a week, and I do it at night. So now I got everything in there for the week, and I'm ready to rock. Excuse me. So I had to go down to my basement freezer and get my last thing of beef tallow. I make my own, cut my own fat off, and when we get enough of it, I cook it down. I found out that it's easiest just in the slow cooker. pure beef fat. Amen. So, the one video that I deleted is too rambling on, too personal, whatever. But in that, I was telling you that I make my venison burgers, I call them. I just take my 6 burger patties, I put them in a container. I take a whole pound, 2 pounds, or whatever this is, of my venison, and I 50-50 mix it, basically, is what I do. And I've noticed a little bit more energy. Food stays with me longer. I feel better, which is cool because after being carnivore this long, you wouldn't think that anything you would do would make you feel better. But when you cut out the dairy to the bare minimum, I feel better. So I'm gonna cut the video off. You can mix hamburger and venison together. You know how to do that. But in my other video, I also talked about the good Lord teaching me patience, even at my age. And it has to do with something that my wife and I have been wanting to do for years on our remodeling and stuff on our house. And we've had to wait and wait. And then COVID hit and we had to wait and wait. And I'm really praying that we get to do it here soon. But anyways, I've been going down in my basement for at least 20 years. We've been up here for 21 now. All right, I'll say 19, because the first year the basement was a disaster. When we bought the house, we had to gut it. It was a mess. But anyways, so we did our original projects when we bought the house. But anyways, I've been going down in my basement every day or every other day and emptying my dehumidifier. I had it hooked up to a hose where it do it automatically, but then it quit working. But the humidifier works, so I just go down. That's like my daily thing. I go down and empty the dehumidifier, and I usually get well water that we have down there, and my beef tallow if I need more. But it's funny because I was just talking to my wife, my sister, yesterday about this, that we are still using a deep freezer that my mother had. And that thing still works. You got to defrost it once or twice a year, but that thing still runs. And it ain't like the new stuff you get nowadays. So, saying that, and you're a young buck and you're a young engineer, go against the rules if you have to. Try to make something that lasts. Quit making these things that run for 5 years and they burn out. I know it's all about the company making that dollar. But you know what? Some of us old boys that's been around a day or two remembers when things lasted. I realize not everything's going to last, but when things break down 5 years later, that's a lot of money. You spend a lot of money on these appliances, and they don't last. So I'm always putting in one of my videos. This is where I probably get a little too political. But you know what? Be that guy that builds something and it lasts for 10, 20 years. Don't worry, the companies are going to make their money however they need to. They're going to make sure their profit makers, whatever that is, the profits are there. They know how to save a dollar here and there. But not at the expense of us. Some of us that, I don't have $5,000 to buy a fridge every 5 years. I bought my last one here that we bought. We got a scratch and dent place. I got lucky there because theirs are hard to come by even. So be different. You know, push back. Do something bold. Make something beautiful. Make something that lasts. All right, this is my longest video ever. Like I said, if you like watching these, grab your weights, work out with me. I'm telling you, half an hour. I do it every day. Or not, excuse me, I don't do it every day. I do it twice a week. I do my sprints, which I didn't get in last week because my legs were sore. But I'm going to do some squats here while I'm cooking my hamburgers, so I get all 3 sets of squats in. But anyways, I'm going to let you go. 40 minutes and 42 seconds. So like I always say, if your women don't find you sexy or handy, at least they can find you useful. I don't know. I think I screwed that up. Anyways, stay carnivore strong. See you in the next video. Amen.